Stepped on the scene, dripped in saline. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is TC says the fans made the Spence fight personal. We're going to take a listen to what he had to say, and then we'll discuss it. So this is what TC had to say.
It seemingly you and Arrow have a good relationship. Like it seems even leading into the fight, there was no, and I appreciated it as somebody that, you know, just likes fights. I appreciated that there wasn't unnecessary chaos in the promotion of the fight, or it didn't seem like you guys was really trying to be too, should I say, negative towards each other. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I respect the hell out of Arrow. You know, like I've been telling people, you know, I'm a fan of Arrow's. You know, I've been a fan of his ever since he was in the amateurs. You know, I followed his career. You know, things like this never was personal. I think the fans pick a sides, try to make it personal, try to divide and conquer. You know, two fighters that's going for the same goal and try to become undisputed welterweight champion of the world. That's what I felt the fans was trying to do. You know, I never had any hatred towards Errol Spence. Anytime that, you know, he had any accidents or anything, you know, I wished him well. I hoped that he come back stronger than ever. You know, I prayed for him because I don't want to see nothing bad happen to a fighter, because I'm a fighter and I know how hard it is to get to this level. We all doing it for the same reason, to feed our family. You know, so I would never wish nothing bad on any fighter.
All right, so I'm gonna turn it over to you, G. What's your reaction to to Terence Crawford saying that it was the fans that made the Spence fight personal?
I mean, I don't get why. That doesn't make any sense to me, man. I'm be honest. And the only reason why is because it kind of reminds me of like when Ned gets all mad at me about AJ and Wilder and be like, yo, I hate Wilder because of you, G. I'm like, I don't understand how another person could make you hate somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man, because it seems like the way he talks about Spence and the way he has like respect for Spence and he understands Spence got a family just like him. Like, I don't know. But then again, I'm like, yo, G, stop playing, bro. You know, if I was a fighter, I don't care. You could be, you know, I'm not going to say, I don't want to offend nobody, but you could be the most righteous person. I'm going to find a way to hate you because I'm going to need to hate you to beat you, you know what I mean? To try to destroy you like that, you know? So, like, I can understand, like, the psyche of, you know, that's your motivation. Like, I hate this person. That's going to fuel me throughout my camp or something. But I don't know, man. Like, it seemed like every time they interacted, even when they were talking trash to each other, when they're, like, you know, saying who's better and all that, it seemed like, yo, they were cool. You know, it's one of those, like, it looked like Tank and Broner talking trash to one another. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, y'all may be competitive, but y'all know it's all love at the end of the day, you know? So I don't know. That's why I'm like, was it really the fans that really got you like, yo, I'm gonna kill this guy? You know what I mean? Like, or you just like, yo, I just want what he got. You know what I'm saying? He got them belts.
No, I don't think he's saying that. I think he's saying that it was the fans that were like taking it
harassing him
seriously. Yeah, it was the fans that were. He's saying like him and Spence are cool with each other. Like
yeah, that's what I was like, the way he's talking, I was like, yo, they seem mad cool.
Yeah,
So like,
he was saying like the fans were the ones taking it personally. Like the fans were the ones who were like upset and fired up about it. But
well, that's a fact because this guy over here, Ned, man, I'm telling you, man. I be wondering about people that be really like emotionally invested into certain fighters. And I'm just like, yo, come on, son. It's not that serious. You're acting like you know these guys. You know what I mean? So I get it, but I don't know, life's too short. You know what I mean? So, yo, Ned, I hope you're learning from your man TC. You know what I mean? So it's all love, man. We love you, bro.
Don't
All
blow my
right,
blood, G.
Ned.
Don't blow my blood, G. Like, cause it's like, yo, I live in Boston, but I'm a Lakers fan, and as everybody can recall, any chance I get, I hate on the Boston Celtics. 'Cause I don't like them, and it comes from this point. I didn't grow up in the '80s where it was Larry Bird versus Magic, and you see the bad blood. And when it was Kobe and Shaq, they never played the Celtics in the finals. But I was a Lakers fan. But it was that finals moment in like 2008, 09, where Paul Pierce is like, I'm the greatest in the world. I'm like, yo, Paul Pierce, you're not even top 40. Like, you're not even top 40, top 50 of all time to be talking like that. And it's like, it rubs you the wrong way when your favorite team loses to some scrubs. But it's like it's easy to say when you have 2 All-Stars and 3 All-Stars on your team at a time.
Oh, the Celtics scrubs, yo. That's
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. Scrub a dub, scrub a yeah. Hey, I got.
Well, I'm seeing where he's going with this. I'm not trying to stop the cooking. Go ahead,
I'm
keep cooking, man.
You got the guy who's been on the team for like 15 plus years, and he ain't been doing it for the team. As soon as he get 2 All-Stars, he's the best in the world. Get the heck out of here. I'm not here. The truth is a lie. I'll say this here first. The truth is a lie. But neither here there. I ain't got no beef with Paul Pierce. I ain't got no problems with him. He went through his trials and tribulations in Boston. He went to the Nets, whatever. I'm just saying, when it comes to sports, you get emotionally invested. Like, I'm a huge Patriots fan. And like at the end of the day, maybe a lot of people speak bad on like the quarterback, the coaching staff, things like that. And I'll be like, nah, you gotta trust the system. When it comes to boxing, you gotta trust the fighter, because that's the franchise. The fighter is the franchise. It ain't the trainer. It ain't the nutritional coach. It ain't the conditioning coach. It's the fighter you're trusting in. So, yeah, I got overly invested in Spence, and I was upset. What happens? What was it? The Broncos versus Seattle. And he was like, yo, Peyton Manning, what he got, the weapons he got, he was gonna beat Seattle, and Seattle proved him wrong. He got whipped out. And that's what happens. You could get beat out, you could get beat bad in the first fight or the first matchup. But when it comes again, you'll prove yourself that you're dominant again. And all I'm saying is this. Yes, us Spence fans took it personal. I didn't take it personal. I was texting TC like, yo, you suck your trash. I ain't in his comments, his DMs, nothing like that. Talking crazy like, yo, Spence gonna murder you. Spence gonna do this. And these guys are friends. They are friends. And this is where we gotta take out our the sports feelings to our personal feelings. Like, so as soon as you make it personal, you're out of line, you're out of pocket. So a lot of fans will like who was it? They send death threats to people and everything like that. And I'm like, who has time to find where you live, your address, and write your whole letter and let you know they want to kill you? It's insane at this point. So I get it. I'm learning from being on the Boxing Bros. You can't take it too personal. Like,
you sure you learned that message? That message, bro?
Yo, G, when it come to water, it's beef.
I'm just asking.
Beef with me and you. No, beef with me and you, because you took it too far. But I get it. Yo, we're emotionally invested. We got our feelings. We got so much hype built up behind somebody we've been following all our lives. Some people have been following certain fighters since they were like a kid. They'd be like, nah, he's gonna be great. Like, they're adults now, but when they started viewing this fighter, they were a kid. They were like, yo, the hype behind them, all that, and they was following the hype. And the hype may have died down, or the hype may have not reached where it needed to be, but they're gonna back that person to, like, I know women who love Beyonce. I know women who love Nicki Minaj. I know women who love Rihanna. I know women who love Cardi B, but when you be like Cardi B's better than Nicki, they get pissed off. They ready to slit your throat. When you be like Rihanna's better than Beyonce, they're ready to slit your throat. It's like that emotional investment was like, yo, you don't. My favorite singer is not better than your favorite singer. My favorite female rapper is not better than your favorite female rapper. But it's a part of the sport. It's the gladiator. We can't take, I don't want to sound. It's a gladiator sport when it comes to anything. When it comes between the fans, it's gladiator. We want to see blood. We want to see you get demolished. And my favorite fight, one of my favorite fighters, got demolished last weekend, and I'm cool. I can accept that, and I can understand. And I always tell people like, yo, I used to say this a lot. I don't follow football as direct since Tom Brady retired. Since Tom Brady left the Patriots, I don't follow football as much as the regular fan does anymore. Like I could miss a Sunday game, even though I do fantasy. I know what's gonna go down. I'm analytical when it comes to like the matchups and things like that. But I'm not watching games back to back to back. Like every Sunday, I could skip a game, skip 2 games, skip 3 weeks if I want to. But some of the matchups I gotta see. I gotta see like the Chargers versus the Chiefs. I gotta see the Eagles play the 49ers. I got to see the Patriots play the Bills. Like, I just got to see certain matchups. But when it comes to that matchup, like TC versus Spence, I got to see this. This is like, nah, I'm going to put the house on Spence and then see what I saw last weekend. But it happens. Sometimes it's a blowout. Sometimes it's a blowout. And sometimes it's a close call. But it wasn't a close call last weekend, but it could always flip. You never know. Like this is training and sparring is training, and I'm gonna say this as a fan. I'm gonna stop putting my emotions. I'm gonna say this as a fan. I'm gonna stop emotions. Can I get it up? I'm gonna stop putting my
emotions up. Pause yourself. What?
But at the end of the day, I don't like the Celtics. When you see me in the streets and you Celtics jersey, don't try to shake my hand. Don't try to take my hand. I do not like the Boston Celtics. But I understand the hate behind fan bases. It's because it's like, yo, you this is your ride or die. This is your hero. When your hero get murdered, sometimes you just gotta bow gracefully. That's it.
So the fans made it personal. Yes, I agree. Spence and Crawford definitely seem like, in terms of their fight, it was more competitive. Who's the best? You have what I need to become a legend. So that's what it was about for Spence. That was what it was about for Crawford. But if you're a boxing fan, and I've been a boxing fan my whole life, part of being a boxing fan is making the right predictions, being able to see who would win if you put this fighter in the ring with that fighter, right? That's why it's called the sweet science at the end of the day. Every diehard boxing fan swears they're sweet scientists, and you can watch fighters train and you can see who would win if you put them in the ring. And some people are gifted and some people really have that ability and some people don't. Regardless of who you are, you don't get every prediction right. And there's always a fighter who makes you go against what you normally would go or how you normally would rule based on your scientific methods, right? However, part of the fun in being a diehard boxing fan is once you reach that level where you start to see the sweet science and you feel like you're that mad scientist who can predict the outcome of fights, is predicting it and seeing if you're right. So when you had Earl Spence Jr., who was with PBC, and he got to fight the marquee names. He got to fight the Danny Garcias. He got to fight the Keith Urban's. He got to fight the Sean Porters, the Ugases of the world, right? And then you had Terence Bud Crawford, who didn't get people who were as notable as those names, but he had guys like Kavalauskas and Avanesian, and he got Kell Brook and he got Sean Porter, but of course, Earl Spence beat them when they had belts, so that was one of the things that Earl had going in his favor. So when people would say Earl Spence is the best fighter, right, the best at welterweight, there were those people, those sweet scientists who were like, whoa, no, Crawford would beat him. And then there were the people who felt like Spence would beat him. And whenever you have a fight like that, it gets personal. It gets heated. It does become about more than the fighters. It becomes about your credibility as a sweet scientist, your ability to see who would win the fights, right? In every fight, every big fight, every big prediction, your credibility is on the line. So for 5 years, you had those diehard fans who watch every fight saying Spence will beat Crawford, Spence will beat Crawford. And you had those diehard fans who were like, Crawford will beat Spence, Crawford will beat Spence. It grew into something that was bigger than Earl Spence and Terence Crawford. It was about credibility, validation, and people looking stupid, because that's what the sweet science is about. You know what it is. You know, a few years from now, when you walk by someone, you was like, yeah, just like your boy, right? What happened to your boy? We all got, that's what it is. And that's what it is. And so once a fight builds up to that magnitude, it becomes bigger than the fighters. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder's bigger than the fighters. Okay? What it's about is about those people who feel like Deontay Wilder would knock out AJ, and those people who feel like AJ will knock out Wilder. For what reason? The validation that you were the sweet scientist. You are better scientist. You're a better sweet scientist than the person next to you. That's what boxing's about. And you all sit around, and everyone sits around, and you have your, and that's what boxing is. Who's the sweet scientist? Who's credible? Who can you go to? Who do you respect as a scientist? Then you got that. You guys, I'm not listening to this guy, right? So you got some guys who get them all wrong, and then they get one right, and then they act like, like Teddy Atlas, right? For example. And then you got guys who get them all right, but they get one wrong, and then everyone wants to act like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Whoever gets the most recent biggest fight right gets bragging rights until the next big fight. So everyone who got TC right gets to brag and act like they got every fight right in their life, and they get to talk trash to the Earl Spence fans. That's what makes boxing fun to me. So yes, the fans did make it personal. The fighters were cordial. The fighters were respectful. The fighters had friendly competition. That's what it's about. It's about a competition at the end of the day. It wasn't personal for the fighters. But to the fans, it was personal, especially Bud Crawford fans who watched him be freezed out for years, who couldn't get a fight with PBC. The whole time they knew he was the best, and they had to wait and wait and wait. So once he cooked Earl Spence, they came back to the Boxing Bros. Okay, they came back to whatever channel they were running from for all the years to say, I told you so. That's what boxing's about. That's why it was personal for the fans. Okay, and that's why it is what it is. Bro, you here. I don't know if you know what we're talking about, but
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Says the fans made it personal. Yeah, they did. Yeah. They made it personal. Everybody made it personal. Everybody was getting offended. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, that's what sports does. It brings out the passion in people. As long as it was respectful, I don't see the problems in it. But I definitely see how the fans definitely made it all personal and everything. Everybody was jumping out the woodworks, man. I had to tell people in the comment section that it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. It's all right. Everything gonna be all right.
All right, bro. Since you're back, you can take us out.
You already know. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know who you're rocking with. It's the Boxing Bros.